Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a fun day. We've got the Mulcher on, the TYM T474. I'm here with the Gizmo Doggy, and Tanya's behind the camera. We want to be working on the cabin, but it's muddy. It rained, and we don't want to just track a lot of mud into the cabin. So today we're going to be using the Mulcher. The fall is a great time to mulch, and I'll tell you why. It's because everything is damp out here, and when we're mulching, it doesn't throw a lot of dust in the air. It's really hard to mulch this with a mulcher in the summer unless you have a cab tractor. And because we're always in the woods, we don't have a cab tractor. So, because I'll bust the glass out. Yeah, my wife's back here behind the camera like, yep, she will. So, anyway, this is the Mulched MP348 mulcher. Yep, it's got a sticker on it that says so. TYM T474, this is 48 horsepower tractor. These two are perfectly mated. Our goal is to run across down to our property line. I don't remember if I said this or not, but in the prior video we did a GPS property survey. We used an app called OwnX Backcountry. If you've not seen that video, I recommend you watching it, especially if you're not sure about your property lines. It's not a legal survey, but it'll get you really close to your property line. So we're gonna go and mulch a trail on the outside of our property line. It's gonna be very close, or we're gonna stay on this side. We're gonna stay well away from the actual property line because, again, we don't wanna encroach on our neighbor. We'll see where this goes. Our goals today is to not make a straight trail. We want it to meander, because at the end of the day, this is all about this is gonna be our walking trails. It's what's gonna keep us young for the rest of our life. All right, let's get to it. So it's always good when you're gonna mulch somewhere new is to do a survey real quick, or just kind of reconnoiter the area, because there could be wire, fences, whatever, we don't know. And we wanna there's a certain look we're going for. So we definitely want to kind of figure that out before we go. If you just go back in here and go at it, before you know it, you'll be over on your neighbor's property, especially as close as we're going to be. I don't know where that logging trail started. Do we not even put flags up over here? Yes, so there's the flags right there. So I think it would be better, Tanya, if we, instead of kind of come all the way down here and then making a left turn, just kind of round it out. Because it looks like a wet spot right here. I just got to find a way through. That is probably about a 4.5 inch. I think that's an elm. Elm trees are tough. They're like cables. I'm gonna go out of my way not to hit you know, use or cut down any trees, but sometimes we're just gonna have to. Not a lot of room. Making trails that are only walking trails that are hardly wider than the tractor is a lot harder than it looks like, because you're trying to weave in and out of a trees with a tractor that's longer. This is where a skid steer would be easier to do this because it's short, but we have this, and this is what we have all the time, and it's here ready, available. Like, this is a holiday weekend. We've got about 4 hours to work today before we go somewhere else. So we can come out here and spend 4 hours and actually not have to worry about renting a piece of equipment and getting it here. Okay, I forgot to say this again today. When you're doing stuff like this, you need to keep your head on a swivel. You need to look up in all the trees, because you can run into a tree and bump it, and a dead limb in the top can fall out and come down and stab you. It's happened many times. A canopy is kind of good in some ways, but it also gets in the way where you can't see. So I just like survey the next little bit of space, and then I'll work that, and then I'll survey it again. I just keep doing that as I go. Okay, we've got back close to the property line. I can see some flags here. That's why I stopped right here. I was going down this way. I'll double check. I think we can go this way. Yeah, we still show, this is that trail, I think. There's the flag. it kind of, I think this flag is too far. This flag's supposed to be over there. Okay. No, I guess not. That's about right, because there's the line. I'm not sure about that flag down here. This one here concerns me. But this is the old logging trail, so I think the logging trail was the actual road, or was the property line. Okay, this is it. This is it. So this is actually the property line. So that was the right way to go. Yeah, it shows that we're right now on our side of the property line. This flag has got to be off a little bit. Okay, so now the property line goes down that way. You can see the flags. But if you look right here, so we follow the property line really close, probably within 15 feet of the property line to right here. And then the terrain gets really rugged here, going down this way, but there's more of a natural slope going around over here. I think we're going to follow this around and see if we can come back to the property line somewhere else. Also, we got to be careful because back over here is where there's another set of springs. Last year we were out mucking around and we did have muck boots on, and there was we were up to our ankles in mud. So we know there's some more springs back here somewhere, so we're going to have to be careful because we definitely don't want to be out here pulling the tractor out like we did last year.
I'm not mugging it today. I got my work boots on.
I think that's the best way to go. I'm going to work back a little bit further, get through these vines, and then see. We'll go in touch. All the trees look healthy here, so that's good. I feel better about going up under them.
Remember, don't cut too much of the green stuff out because it's what's blocking the breeze.
Well, right now we're not really worried about it.
No,
We're so far back now it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to be back here to see this anyway.
except us.
Us in a golf cart, maybe a side by side, someday. Got the golf cart though. I'm just gonna get it running. There's a hole right there, so be careful. See there's water seeping out of the ground. This is a spring right here.
There's crawdaddies over there.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to definitely turn that way and go. If we get any lower than that, we're going to get into the marshy stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to kind of go cross the hill at that same elevation and then see if we can find another way down that doesn't have us. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the way. Gizmo, you gonna get you a drink, buddy? How about this, Tanya? Clean all this up, right? And then have a little table and picnic area right here by the creek. So right here can be dug out and make a drive-through. I'm pretty sure the bottom of that creek is on a hard pan. It's like a real hard, sandy kind of clay or sandy. It's almost like sandstone. And when you stand on it, it's really firm on the bottom of the creek. So I'm pretty sure this has a hard pan. This is maybe about an inch of silt, and then after that it's solid down here. It's got a clay bottom. So I think we can keep coming down and actually put the bucket and dig like a drive-through. Well, that water is Gizmo approved. All of this water comes out of there's a aquifer around Henry County, and this is where the elevation drops off, really like 120 feet. Listen, are you done drinking so I can talk? Maybe? Come here, get in the water. Come on. He don't like water, so hey, this, come here. He's like, bull crap. Come on. Come on. It's just water. You're such a house dog. Whoop. That's muddy. Come here. Come here.
You don't want to go in the
Show me the outdoorsy dog you are.
Come on, Gizmo.
That stinks over here. Where the leaves are rotting. But I think we can come around there and then dig a drive-through, like dig down, and so we can drive through without building a bridge here. All right, what we're gonna do is now walk you around. This is the trail that comes from the pole barn and the garden. And if you remember I guess a year and a half ago, we put this bench in. And then this is the trail. It turns right here, goes out to the front of the property and the gate. And this is not gonna be used very much. And then this is the trail that we started today. All right, this is the before. We're gonna come back to this spot and kind of work our way around with the camera. This is part one. So we'll do different parts and we'll show you part one before and after. So we'll end up coming down from the pole barn trail past this bench right here. And then this goes over to the outside of our property. We've got about, I'd say we've got maybe a quarter, maybe not quite a quarter of the outside of our property with a trail made. But you know, it just takes time. But each, you know, if we can spend 4 hours here, 4 hours there, you know, that's how it gets done, a little bit at a time. We'll come back through this with the mulcher one more time now that we actually have the trail made, and then we will clean this all up. So I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys take a look at this. There's your trash. That's the beautiful thing about the mulcher. You come through here and you chop it all up like this, and then you come back through it. And you come down here, I opened this up quite a bit. Now you're all frisky. Yep, drop the deuce. And this is, we opened this up and get around here to the point where you can probably see some of the cabin. Maybe up through the woods you might see the cabin right there. I don't know. Yeah, you can barely see it. So we're down in front of the cabin right now, and we're not even halfway to the back of our property. But when we get to the bottom of this hill here, this is as far as we could go today. It's just there's a big ditch down there with a creek, and then it's wet, and there's springs right there. There's springs coming out of the ground. So I was going to try to come around here and come around to the front of the cabin, but that's not. We'll end up doing that, but it's going to be a minute. And so what I ended up doing is coming back up the hill just a little bit, and we still wanted to have some way to get to the cabin from this trail. And not that one. I was going to go that way, but it's a big old log up there. Back up here and find you the way I got in. This is probably the closest I got to the property line right there where the little flags are at. I feel pretty good that we're still on our property. But then we turned in here, and I had already started a trail coming back this way towards the cabin, or from the cabin down this way. So I just come around here and met it. Now you're starting to see the cabin. Hopefully tomorrow we can start putting roof panels on. And this is where it comes up to the cabin build site. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the trail at the end, and I think you can safely say that the 474 and the Bombylite mulcher can get some trail work done. Listen, thank you for watching our channel. God bless. Have a great day.